Gamers, today I'm going to show you all about Siege Micro and Siege Micro guides, how to do it like a gamer, to learn everything you gotta know. So I'm going to show you some tricks and tips, kind of like what I did with the Night Micro. I'm going to show you the Siege Micro. So in the first one, what we're going to do is we're going to show how to protect your siege. Now, if you're fighting the enemy cavalry, you don't want to just aim move because they can just run around you. So what you want to do instead is you want to be around your mangonel. So the way you micro your spearman plus mangonel combo, you aim move the mangonel, and then you're gonna use your spearman to go around it, and then aim move when the horsemen go by. And you can do this even better if you do something like this. You can use staggered formation, and then you can just put hold position on the mango, and that's gonna make it a lot harder for the opponent to attack. So there is, you can go with the horsemen. So if you're playing against a player and he has horsemen, they're running, stagger formation, and then hold on top of your mango, and this makes it a lot harder for him to engage because your spearmen are bracing. So if he tries to do this, you just aim move, and basically even if they do manage to snipe the mango, they're gonna lose like all the horsemen. So that's kind of how you should do it. Now if you have more units, obviously it's even easier to block. If you had some archers there and stuff like that, they're gonna get demolished even harder. What you can also do is use stagger formation to get on top of the mango. Then you can kind of so use stagger formation. Let's say the mangonel is here, and then you can disable stagger formation, and the spearmen will kind of surround it even more. Now horsemen have some range, so they can poke it. But if you have some ranged units and whatever, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to track that. But if you need to protect your siege, make sure the spearmen are on top of it. Now, if you are the one that's playing with horsemen, let's say your opponent is a dent, what you can do is, what I like doing is doing something like this. No, just aim move. You don't need to do that. Just aim move. So the best way to defend is what I just showed you. But if you're playing against a Pepega, just use normal formation and aim move. You don't need to use stagger, just normal formation. Normal, yeah. So what you want to do is avoid spearmen, obviously at all costs. So if you have the micro, you can do something like this, and this is why you don't want to do that, right? Obviously Sedaris is just helping me, but this is why you don't want to aim move your units, because now I lost 0 horsemen and I got the kill on the mango. So make sure to use the most out of your stagger formation to get a good spread around your siege units. And this can obviously be done even if you have 5 mangonels, you're going to have more units. And that's the best way to protect them. If you aim move and you don't pay attention, that's what's going to happen. Your mangoes are going to get popped and the enemy will run away. So if you have a lot of horsemen, you know, another thing I see people do is they see a siege and they right click it, and this is what horsemen do. They just run into spearmen and die. So just do a little around, you know, with a shift click, even if it's all the way from here. So if the enemy army is here, don't right click on the enemy units if you see them. Just go like this. Right click and then shift click into the siege. It's gonna go around the spearmen and give you a lot better engage. So the next one is going to be how to micro your mangonels versus archers. So your mangonels should always be in a different control group, and a mistake that I see very often people make is they aim move their mangonels. So we don't have any spearmen here, but what ends up happening is the mangonels do this. Okay, I'm gonna show you. They just shoot the first targets, and they either miss or they don't do a lot of damage. What you want to do is shift click the middle of the archers. So now you can forget about mangoes. Now they're, look at that, they're shift queued and they're gonna be attacking the clumps of the archers. But what most people do is they have mangonels with their main army, and they just aim move, and the mangonels keep attacking the melee units, which are not doing the maximum amount of damage. But what pro players do, what I like to do, is you take the mangonels, you shift click them on hand cannoneers, crossbows, archers, and they will be dealing maximum amounts of damage at all times. And this is what I do in all my games. And whenever you're shift clicking, always shift click on the units in the middle in a circle. So if the enemy units are like this, for example, you don't want to click here. You don't want to click these. You want to click these units. So I would click like this, because those units are basically going to AoE the whole group. So that is very, very important. Next thing we're going to talk about is we're going to get into springald micro. So for those that don't know, I'm going to talk about the castle the most. Now, if you get the HP upgrade for the siege, some of the units will take an extra springald shot to kill. So for example, springald versus springald, you take 2 shots to kill springald, but once you get the upgrade that I don't know what's it called, once you get this upgrade, siege works, increases the health of your engines by 20%, you need 3 shots to kill a springald. So just to show you, this is something that's very important to know in springald battles because of something I'm going to show you in a little bit. So it takes 2 springald shots to kill a springald. It takes 2 springald shots to kill a mangonel. It's okay, just leave him there. It takes 3 shots to kill a trebuchet. It takes 4 shots to kill a bombard. And it takes 3 shots to kill a culverin. Okay. It takes 3 shots to kill a culverin. Now this is very, very important because you need to know exactly how many shots you're going to need to kill your opponent's siege. If you don't, you will be overkilling quite a lot. So as you can see, bombard has the most HP, so bombard will be taking the most damage. So you need 4 springalds per bombard. Now, it's okay if you overkill a little bit. The reason why I'm mentioning castle specifically, because you're not going to have 10 springalds in castle. You're going to have 2, 3, so you need to know 2, 3, 4, so you need to know how many to use to overkill. One thing to note is if China produces clockwork springalds, you need 3 springalds to kill them. That is very, very important. And if they produce nest of bees, you need 3 springald shots to kill nest of bees. Jushi's legacy nest of bees take 2 shots. The next thing we are going to talk about is bombards, trebuchets, mangonels versus fog of war. What does that mean? Well, trebuchets can shoot in fog of war. So let's say I am right here with my army. There's a wood line. I don't have any vision. And let's say this is a keep right here. I can just use attack ground. I don't need to see the keep. I know the keep is there, right? You scouted it. You know it's there. You can just press attack ground. And you can attack ground and the trebuchet will be hitting the keep. Obviously you're not going to see what HP it's on, but it's very good at sniping buildings. It's very good at sniping walls. Even if you want to shoot at the enemy units, you can. But sometimes, and I would advise you to use this in all your games, even if you have vision for a second of a keep, the moment you lose the vision, your trebuchet will stop shooting. So just use attack ground. Unless you have vision permanently with a tower or scout, you can click on the keep. But if you have a chance of losing the vision, just use attack ground. It will attack until you stop it. Same thing works with bombard. Sometimes you are over here and the enemy keep is here and you don't have vision yet. So sometimes you probably notice you right click but the bombard doesn't attack the keep. It doesn't attack because it doesn't have vision. But if this is the keep, if I'm all the way here, I can just press attack ground with the bombard. And whenever the bombard is in range, whether you have vision of the keep or not, the bombard will start to attack the keep. You can see hands free, and now the bombard will shoot until you stop it. Tip number 3 for fog of war. Now this map is obviously revealed, so you know, you don't see fog of war. But let's say I am on this side of the map, on this side of the tree line, sorry, and the enemy villagers, this is enemy base, and the enemy villagers are chopping wood, but you can't see them. What you can do is with mangonel, you can use attack ground and attack into the tree line, and you can, with 2 mango shots, you can obliterate the villagers and you can absolutely destroy the villager line. So if you're ever passing with mangonels around the enemy wood line, and you know they're chopping wood there, just shoot a couple of mangoes. Maybe you hit, maybe you don't, right? But if you do hit, you're gonna kill all the villagers. You can use this same thing for the army. If you ever see the enemies entering a stealth forest, but you obviously don't have vision into the stealth forest, you can just shoot into the stealth forest even if you don't have vision. Another thing you can do is if you want to create like a point where the enemy units are passing, non-stop, you can just press shoot and they're gonna just keep shooting and create this kind of area where it's danger zone. Now, the last thing that I wanted to mention is probably the most important one, is how to engage with the main armies. And this is something that a lot of people struggle. So let's get into it. So what I'm going to do now versus Siderius, we're gonna move my armies. We have similar amount of units in terms of what we have. Maybe, oh wait, don't, not yet. Stay back. We have similar amount of ground units, except I have 8 springalds and he has 6 springalds and 3 mangonels. Now, when do you attack springalds? When do you attack mangonels? So, if my army is overwhelmingly archers, like let's say I have 30 hand cannoneers and I have enough spears to tank, then my army strength is in the hand cannoneers. And if I just protect hand cannoneers, I'm gonna win that battle, right? That's the only thing that matters. Then I'm gonna go for the mangonels because I don't care about springalds and I don't care if I lose my springalds. But let's go for a the more complicated version of this fight, which is we're gonna fight as if I want to take the siege control and our armies will just clash. You can use the line formation for your army, by the way, if you want. So the way I micro my siege is next, and this is something that I suggest to everyone to use because it's very, very good. So, Sidarius, all you need to do is A move. When I write go, what I'm going to do is a trick that I've been using since the start of the game. Now, you can split your siege into multiple groups, but you don't need to. So you can technically put these 2 springals in group 1, these 2 springals in group 2, these 2 springals in group 3, but that might overcomplicate things. So instead, what we're going to do is I'm going to A move my ground army, and then all the micro I'll be doing is on my springals. So what I'm going to do is A move, then I'm going to shift click like this, and then I'm going to take 2 springals, or 4, and shift click from the bottom side up. And then I'll take 2 more springals randomly and shift click from the middle. And you will see what the results will be. Okay, we can go. So we A move. Look, I A move like this. Then I'm gonna take 4 at the bottom. Shift Q like this. And you can take the 2 middle ones like this. So once the springals start fighting, look at this, hands free. Hopefully my springals don't die to the army. You're attacking 3 different springals at the same time. His army is cog blocking right now a little bit, but it's fine. And you can always redirect. So you can pop and you can prepare your springals to shoot, and then by A moving them, the moment you kill the first springal, the 2 springals will go into this one. The 2 springals that are shooting here will go on this one. So sometimes you will see when I'm playing, the enemy has like 5, 6, 7 springals and they all pop out at the same time. They all explode at the same time. The reason they do that, can you make the same army again, by the way? Let's do that again. The reason why they do that is because I pre-shift Q on their springals. So, let's go again. Make the similar army and we go. And also use your springals to just don't like over micro, just take your springals and shift Q all of them on my springals. So you can see someone with like worse micro versus like more efficient micro use. So again, if you have vision, you can always pre-do this. I'm gonna show you. So again, I'm gonna go like this. Then I'm gonna take 4 from this side. And then you can take 2 and attack random springals in the middle. And now, look at this. They're just gonna get cleaned up a lot faster. And now you can still do this. So springle battles in general in situations like this are all about whoever gets the first good shot. Because if you shoot 6 springles into 1 and you kill 3 springles with the first volley, the springle battle is over. Okay? So that's something that if you're struggling with siege battles, this is probably the #1 thing that you should learn how to use, because it will help you insane amounts. Now, can you make 2 culverins and 2 mangonels? Just that, nothing else. So now, if you're fighting against culverins, remember how many siege units you need per culverin, per bombard that I mentioned earlier. So now, if I'm fighting against these guys, they're a little bit stuck on the buildings. Okay, so now let's say the enemy is right there. I'm A moving again. You're gonna use the same thing, except now I'm gonna take 3 springals and then target fire. So now the springals are preset on the culverins. Okay, he is destroying. I didn't think he was going to destroy, but now you're gonna at least not overkill. You see that culverin that was damaged? If I put all 4 in the same spot, they would overkill a bit. Now, another important thing to note is Springalds with an Imperial upgrade do have more ranged culverins, so you can also try to use that to your advantage if you're a Springald player. Another thing is, if you shift Q Springalds into Springalds and you lose vision for a second, your Springalds will still shoot if you get vision back. So that's something to know, which is very, very important. Oh, one last thing. Sorry, I forgot. Can you just A-move this mangonel on the middle? I think I showed this before, but I'm going to show you again how to micro against the mangonel. Let me come from the open side. I almost forgot this one. How to micro against the mangonel and how to dodge mangonel shots. After the mangonel shoots, then when you move. So I'm going to A-move. When the mangonel shoots, you move and you dodge it. Again, let's do that again. I A-move. Once the mangonel shot goes off, you move and you dodge the shot, right? So if I'm moving this side, he shoots, boom, dodge, okay? So the way it works is the mangonel predicts where your army is going to be when the shot lands. So the moment it shoots, it picks where it's shooting. So right here, you move and you dodge the shot. And you can sidestep this anytime. Now, if I did this, that's not going to work because I moved prior to the mangonel shooting. So again, once the mangonel shoots, that's when you move. This works every way possible. I'm going to go this way. The mangonel predicts where your units are going to be with the speed that you're going with. That is it. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little Siege micro guide. I hope you learned something new today. Check me out on Twitch. I'm probably live right now. So Darius, thanks so much for helping. I appreciate it. Twitch chat, let's keep going.